Back again. How are we doing? Well, you know, I had a very adventurous week. I don't want to talk about it. If you really want to know, send me a text if you've got my number or send me an email. That's laurasyarntalk@gmail.com and I will let you know what happened to me. Okay? So, be that as it may, I have two projects going on, and I didn't want to stop on the one I was working on, but I had to move the material off the table in order to sew it. So I'm going to start with sewing. Hi, Sue. Thank you for being here. I'm going to start with sewing tonight. And so I had to turn off the lights over here so that we wouldn't, whoops, I turned myself off. Okay, not off, but I couldn't see anything. Okay, that should work. I have to turn the lights off because we got the sunlight coming in, which is reflecting in the glass and the mirror over here. So once it gets darker outside, I'll have to get up and probably turn on the light you can't see in order to have enough light coming at me. As you can tell, this side of my face is sort of in shadow already. But I've got my sewing machine here ready to go, and I am still working on my duvet cover. I found a problem, which I kind of figured I was going to run into this problem because I did the best I could to make sure the material was going to be the right length. And some of it's the perfect length, and that doesn't work because the perfect length can't be folded over and sewn. Yeah. Did I make myself clear, sort of, anyway? Shock horror. I bought some Crochet for Beginners books. That's awesome. You don't have to make masterpieces. Just learn something about it. Learn how to do the stitches. Practice them like you practiced your knitting all these years, right? I mean, come on. But you don't have to be a master at it. You can still make things like for, oh, well, I forgot you don't have the dog. I was going to say make coats for dogs. Whoops. Well, I can make one for Venus. Here she comes. Vivi. You're going to shake my camera, huh? Okay, so I'm going to start sewing. I had to make 2-inch strips to add to the bottom of my duvet, and that's perfectly fine because basically it ends up barely being out on the outside, and it's on, I think it's the bottom that actually, the back that actually had not enough material in the end. Which, you know what, it is the way it is. It just happens. Hello, Cool Gamer. Thank you for being here. So anyway, I'm going to start sewing. So let's see, where do I want this one? I want this one at that line right there. Okay. Oop. I took it back out from underneath the needle. I mean the foot. Okay. So I have to start right here. Hi, Venus. What's up, Vivi? Okay. Put my needle down. Make a knot in one spot. And then go for it. Slowly, not too fast, or you'll end up making a mistake. Because you know that's what life is all about, mistakes. Okay, so that's those two. I'm going to throw in. I also just got a rosewood swift to go with my rosewood ball winder. Yay! Mine are plastic. I don't care. At least I have them. I really wanted the nice ones, but you know, I was pushing my luck getting the plastic ones. And then hi, Cool Gamer. Okay, so here I am moving on to the next strip. All right. Oh, doesn't look like it's quite square. Looks like it's quite square, and I don't know why it's not quite square, but okay, we'll just go with it for there. And right there. right there and in. Give me my knot. Go, 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 go. One more stitch. All right, next one. What brand of sewing machine do I have? I have a Janome, Ganome. It's very special to me. Okay, take that out. Put that up. Nope. I forgot to take the knot. Do the knot. Okay. Next one. That's a good sewing machine. Yes, it is. I have the Quilter's Companion because what I wanted to do was quilt more than sew or piece materials together anyway. Well, the duvet is not quilted. It's just a cover to go over my comforter, which is in really sorry shape. So, but I have material that I'm going to, as soon as I get this one done, I'm going to pull out my other material for my other comforter, and I'm going to start playing around with it, start deciding what measurements I want it to be at. If I decide it's going to be the same measurements as the previous one, then so be it. It'll be easy to do, right? So, whoa, back up. I still need to put a knot in there. Got to going too fast. I got to going too fast. Come on. Okay, here we go. I think I should have one more. Actually, no, I'm not going to sew those two together. I need to make sure that it fits that thing first. So I should have, yep, I got 4. That's what I thought. Okay. Forgot what I was trying to do. Oh, there we go. Okay. Scissors. I think I bought these in like, well, it was after 1990 and before 1993, because that's when I was making a baby blanket, a baby quilt. Such a nice quilt. Oh, well. I'm not repeating that one. Never going to do that one again. Wow. It was not easy. I picked something that I thought was so cute for a baby. It was not easy. Okay. Now these should both be about how many inches? Good question. Good question. Get the mouse pad out of the way. Get the mouse. Excuse me. Get the mouse pad out of the way. I can't get the mouse pad out of the way. Didn't I just say that? Okay, so let's see. Well, let's just go to 15 then. 15, 30. I probably should go like this on this one. I'm going to have to iron these flat, and I don't have my ironing board set up, so I won't get to do anything more with this after I figure out if I got it long enough. So 30. And then 13, 43. Okay, so that one's 43. So this one should also be 43. You know what though? Well, sewing is definitely a change of pace to your usual live stream. It's because I didn't want to stop working on it. I'm so close to done. I have the vision on how to do it, and I was trying to do it and realized I didn't have enough material on one side. So uh, I'm ironing it with my fingernails. There. That's the only reason. I have my crocheting right here for when I feel I'm done with this, and then I can always just move. Oh, Vita's careful. She slides across the computer screen. I mean, the computer keyboard. uh, I decided, no, I got to go live, and I want to get this. I want to get this part done. I want to get this work done to the point where I am even closer to calling it finished. Because I figured out how I want to do it. I want how I'm supposed to make it work, and then I realized, okay, this is too small. It doesn't have enough material on one side, and the blanket fits in there perfectly. And I worked hard to get that to happen. Measurement after measurement after measurement after measurement, just trying to make sure that I didn't cut my material too short, and it fits in there perfectly with all my skewed seams. I was just impressed with myself. What can I say? So I said, nope, I want to work on this. I want to get this closer to done. 43 and a half is not quite what I need. Besides, isn't it more important that I'm doing the live stream instead of not doing it? You know, I mean, I had a really tough week. Ah, I just wish I could go back and do it again. No, no, no. Do it differently. Measure once, sew 50 times. Sometimes, if I'm not careful enough, yep, that's about right. Okay, so I need to sew two of these together. And the 40, 43 and a half twice would be 86. So it'd be 85 and a half. I don't think that's quite long enough. I think it's like that much off. I'm so close. Okay. Hi, I bring it every day. Thanks for being here. Okay, let's get this one sewn. Can't talk today. I feel like I still have a cold, and I don't have a cold. I never had a cold. My head was just all stuffed up. And then when it starts to go, it goes down into my nose, and I can't breathe. Took care of that finally. Finally got that taken care of today. Okay. Go back. Okay. Okay. Run it through. Take these two, sew them together. But most of this material will be hidden once I get it sewn on and get it all folded up, pinned up, sewn, and you'll never even know that. Well, it'll be hardly noticeable. How's that? That I had to do what I had to do. Okay, right there. Go on, come on. Nope, too far. Come on. Ah! I was doing so good. Come on. Come on. Why did you come on? I don't even want to know what I accidentally did. Still haven't found the perfect yarn for your knitted waistcoat, huh? That's what I thought had happened. Okay. Ah, I made a big old naughty mess. Come on. Okay. That should take care of most of the problem. Oh boy, I can't see anything. Come on, let go. Don't mangle my thread, just let go. Couldn't see what I was doing. I think that I might be a little too picky. Well, if you're going to spend that kind of money, yeah, you should be a little too picky. But yeah, you might have to go, okay, well, I've looked at all the best yarns here, and these are the ones I think I can afford, and these are the colors I like the best of the ones I think I can afford. And you have to break it down like that. You know, I know you're probably writing lists, and I know it takes you a while with the one eye problem. I mean, the one eye working. But you know how to do it. It's okay to be picky, but you have to finally say, okay, I've looked at everything. These are the best ones. These are the ones I can afford. These are the ones I'm not too keen on. There you go. These are the best ones, but you probably can't afford them. These are the ones you think you can afford, and these you know you don't want. There you go. There's your middle ground right there. And then you go through the different yarns or the different companies or whatever, and you say, okay, I like this one, I like that one, I like this one, I like that one. Okay, so then you've got one picked out of each company, right? And then you have to say, okay, now how many of this one do I need for that price? How many of this one do I need for that price? How many of this one and this one and this one? And then you have your final numbers, and there you go. No, it's not eating, meeny, miny, mo, although sort of is, but you got to be a little pickier than that. Hello, Lynette. Thank you for being here. I'm sewing today as I'm trying to get my duvet cover finished, and I found I had a problem of not enough material at the bottom. Miney? Miney, okay. Yours, you go, Sue. It's yours. Okay. Try this again. I don't know how I broke the thread and pulled it out of the needle last time, but that's what happened. Okay. Strings I don't need. Okay, so let's do this again. Now it should be even longer. Should be long enough for one side. Oh, I cut more than I needed. I already know that. But I decided I was going to do both sides, and you'll only see a little bit on one side, and you might see a little bit more on the other side in the process of doing this. So, but I have my pieces sewn together. I have them finger ironed. If you don't know what I mean, that's where you go like this along the seam with your fingers, with your fingernails, and you make it stay down This is where you're going to stay. Okay, this should work now. All right, so now that I got that done, I have one more piece, two more pieces if I need them to add to these. So I can't do anything more right now because I got to sew it on the bottom of the thingy, the duvet, the almost done duvet. But it turns out, I've got, I know, high and low and high and low and high and low, and I don't have enough on the low to fold it under. I don't have enough on the low to sew it, let alone fold it under. You lick your fingers to steam it? No, actually I didn't. I just used my fingernails. I just put my fingernails in the seam and go back and forth across the seam until it lays down. I'll get an iron later, but right now I'm not worried about that. Maybe I'll get to that on Tuesday because I got something going on tomorrow night, which is another reason why I'm here tonight. So, I'm trying to get the yucky dirt. I don't know what it was that landed on my phone. I think I moved it. Yeah, I did. Oh, well. Okay, so I didn't know a few things because things have changed since I flew last, which was 2009, I think. I didn't know that you could carry an empty water bottle through security. So I just took a plastic water bottle to drink until I had to go through security, and then I threw it in the trash. And then I bought a bottle before I left. I think I paid for something. TSA, exactly. I think I paid for something for a bottle of water. It might have been six something. I don't remember. But I was like, the big bottle's too big. It wouldn't have worked with my backpack very well. It would have been cumbersome and made things too heavy. So I went with the smaller bottle and paid like $2 less for the smaller bottle, which means that I would have gotten more than my money's worth if I bought the big bottle. But I'm sorry, a big bottle of water shouldn't cost almost $10. That's ridiculous. It was one of the tall ones. You know, it was a tall water bottle versus a smaller water bottle. You can also freeze the water and take that through security. Oh, so I could take ice cubes in my metal my stainless steel water cup, my water mug. I mean, water bottle. I could take that through security. That's interesting. But see, I didn't know this little detail. So I used the plastic water bottle the whole time I was down there because I didn't have a water bottle with me because I didn't know I could have done that. So my sister's bashing using plastic water bottles with my mother and me at the same time. And I said, I didn't know I could take a water bottle through security if it was empty. Nobody told me that. I hadn't flown since 2009. I'm just like, and she's bashing me. Okay, whatever. So anyway, I'm trying not to talk about this. I said at the beginning I didn't want to talk about this, but yeah, I don't really want to talk about this. So and if she watches this, oh well. Just 30 years ago, never would believe that people would readily pay for water. Yeah, I know, but they don't even offer it to you on the airplanes. Not the company I went with anyway, and I'm not going to say the name. Yeah, I know. And the first flight attendant went by. She's like, "Do you want anything to drink?" I looked up at her and went, "What? Do you want anything to drink?" I said, "I have my own water. I have to take my pills, so I have to have water." She said, "Oh, okay," and she moved on. But I couldn't hear for some reason, and that's probably why my sinuses are making me so stuffy. It comes out of my sinuses, it gets stuck in my nose. probably because I was in such a dry climate. So anyhow, I don't want to talk anymore about it, but yeah, I just didn't know. I bought myself a water bottle yesterday. And they don't even have drinking fountains anymore, do they? Yes, they do. They have the drinking fountains, and then next to it is the water bottle fountain, where you stick your cup up against it and it'll pour right into the hole. Flying always do that to you. Uh, not so much. Things are different as I've gotten older, and it has been a long time since I flew. Because in 4 years it'll be 20 years. But I didn't make it that far, did I? So I only went 16 years without flying. No, it was the drier climate that I was in, not so much the airplane itself. Although that may have been some of it because they make the airplanes really dry on purpose too. And I haven't been drinking enough, and I'm dried out in all sorts of places. Okay, so I've got my crochet right here. Oops, and my little ball of yarn. I had that huge mess. Now I have a little ball of yarn. Okay, where am I? Over here. Oh, that's right. I had gone and I was going along and accidentally crocheted wrong through the decrease section. So I had to pull out a few stitches. It's like a couple more have fallen out since then. Okay. Oh, what happened? Where'd you guys go? Ah, there you are. There I am. Okay, so yeah, this isn't going to work. I need to turn this off. I got to turn this light on. Be right back. Come on. There we go. Now it'll probably be too bright on this side of me. Oh, it's not too bad. Peekaboo. Okay, here I am. Here we go. I'm gonna move the sewing machine. I have to unplug the pedal though because it's caught underneath the cord to my phone, and I don't need to throw my phone on the floor. So I'll move this over here so I can get the mouse pad out of the way so I can crochet. All right, now we're going to get back to normal. Thank you for letting me sew a little bit. I really just wanted to keep going on that as far as I could without having to have the whole table. Oh, pain in my rib. Oh. Okay, so let's see. I only crocheted one time, and that was the first plane ride on the way out. Shoot, I forgot I was doing double crochet here. Do. Come on. And again. And oh, I have all this body in my hair and it's going flat fast. But that's okay. It gets washed and conditioned either tonight before I go to bed or tomorrow morning, depending on how my life goes. Okay, so wait a second. Is it always off to the right side? Sorry, I gotta take my glasses off. I can't see this well enough. Oh no, it's perfectly set up. I just couldn't tell what I was looking at. Excuse me. Okay, there's that one and there's that one. Okay, so there's my decrease. Now, how many decrease rows do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I ended up making this longer than I was supposed to. I should have basically started where the decrease row is. Then the first bottom and not all the stuff behind it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. So I shouldn't have done the 5 rows below it. Oh, well, whatever. If I run out of all the pretty blue, I've got some pretty gray or some pretty pink. I don't remember which one I have the least of. One of those two colors will end up at the top. It'll be an interesting looking top. I know I thought about, when I ran out of this first, because I'm almost done with the first this little skein. I thought about just putting some, making that big, but I'm not going to look, I don't look good in stripes going around me. They make me look fatter than I am. Anyway, enough of that, enough of that. All right, let's get back to crocheting, Laura. This one gets 2. This one gets 2. Come on, I can't find the hole. Arg. Catch that string. Get in there. I also bought a book on embroidering accessories, which I might find some great ideas for the tote bag I want to fancy up. Aha! I need to get to that work too. I've got a whole box of old blue jeans I need to go through and cut up and turn into grocery bags. And maybe with the leftover pieces, I can make some blue jean patches. Not that I have to patch my blue jeans, but they might fancy up something. Sorry, I used your term there, Sue. I liked it. Fancy up something. Oh, yeah. That's something I want to do too. I want to make a crazy quilt, but it's not going to be a huge one. But what I want to do besides make a crazy quilt is I want to make a crazy quilt skirt. Blah, 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 blah. Talk about, it would be beautiful. It would just be beautiful. So, Laura's Yarn Talk, I've always said it was more about yarn, floss, thread, because you can crochet with anything. You can tap with really fine threads and yarns. Well, it sounded better than gussy up. Yep, I understand. Oh, yeah, my elbow hurts. Oh, dang it, that hurts. Oh, come on. I think I'm going to have to get, like, I can afford it. I owe over $500 in medical bills. And I swear I had one of them as a bill and I can't find it. So I'm going to have to search because I don't know what I did with it. Well, I'll just have to call them and say, yes, I'd like to set up a payment. Hmm. Actually, I need to talk that over with somebody. I need to talk that idea over with somebody. Well, yeah. Okay. See here. Go to this one. Okay. Sorry, I got a little quiet. My brain started thinking about something. Um, okay. So anyway, I been taking pictures and video of the duvet as I've been building it. It's not. It's going to be kind of like piecemeal, but I plan to do my best to put it together in order. But some of it's pictures and some of it's video. So I hope I'm able to win an eBay auction tomorrow. Oh, that's right. I hope that works out too. Come on, where's the next stitch? Hole. Here it is. Okay. 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 Whoops. Which ones do the right? Oh, those two. Okay, this one gets a second. All right, now the rest of them I'll get two. So I don't have to worry about it anymore. So, Lynette, are you still here, honey? Have you been working on anything lately? Okay, well, anyway, so I hope to start spending more time, but it's really hard because I've got so much I'm supposed to be accomplishing, and if I get behind, ugh, I get behind, I get behind. The problem is I'm the only one to catch up. I don't have anybody, I can't pay anybody to come clean my apartment for me, you know? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll have to think about that some more. Thought I had it figured out. Yeah, just getting from one day to the next right now. Yeah, it's kind of what I figured. That's all we can do, Lynette. That's right. Trying hard not to shut down. I know, honey. I know. Yeah, I have this really dry skin on my finger, and I keep running the dead skin across my lips. My lips are dry enough. I don't need this piece of dead skin tearing my lips up. That'll have to do. That looks pretty good, actually. This poor finger. It's got an almost healed scratch from the cat a week ago. And then I nailed it with, I stretched, sitting on the end of my bed, and I stretched my arms up, stretched up, and whack! The fan hits my finger and cuts a chunk of the skin off. And then I brought my spinach home. Ah, ah. And today is the 1 year mark. Trying hard not to. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I didn't even think about that. Today is? Because today's also my mom's birthday. You'd think I would have remembered that. Dealing with, I probably did and just didn't think about it. Dealing with cold nights and warm days doesn't do my greatest any favors. Death by ceiling fan. And then I was told I was opening the spinach, and the plastic cut my finger, the same knuckle as the fan cut open. My poor finger. It's just, it's got so many red, swollen, angry spots right now. I'm just trying to let the darn thing heal. And then I found another one I'd scratched somehow with the, I don't even know what I scratched it with. Now I'm getting thirsty again. It's nice and cold. Oh, shoot. And I just got my shirt all wet, which means it's getting my table all wet. And I already have wet marks on my table. It soaks into the stuff and then it makes it all yucky. I just lost my hook. You do like to abuse your poor hands. Mm-hmm. It's the same finger that had uh, uh, I'd cut with the, oh no, not the same finger. It was the other finger that I had cut with the um, I'll think of the word, give me a second. The blender blade. Cut my finger with the blender blade. Okay, here we go. Back on track, maybe. I don't have my braces on. I didn't bother to put them on. I knew I was going to be washing a lot of dishes, putting my hands in this hot soapy water a lot today, so, and that's what I did. I went from standing and washing to sitting and resting to standing and washing to finally put some clothes away that needed to be done. Still have more I need to do, but you know, it is what it is, and I've got other things I've got to do tonight too. So, but I have food for the next couple of days at work for lunch. So yay! Come on. All right, where are you? And there goes the elbow again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't remember how many I was supposed to do. That's one less thing to worry about. Oh, well, my brain keeps going off on other tangents, and I have to be quiet because these are things that I'm thinking about. It's not things I can talk about. Um, so sorry about that. I can't seem to get my brain back on focus. I can crochet just fine while it's going off on these tangents, but I'm not able to talk to you. So just working on my double crochets. I don't understand why I'm using this fine 3-weight yarn with a 5mm crochet hook, but so I'm just sitting here crocheting. I probably should bring you a little bit closer so you can see me better. You're never going to see what I'm crocheting because my hands are down too low. Okay. Oh, I forgot it was still plugged in. Okay, yeah, I can unplug it now. Oh, sorry. I had to see. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, I did find, finally, I've been looking and looking and looking, and I can find these pillowcases. They're not called pillow shams, but to me they've always been pillow shams. But I do remember I had a set of pillowcases that had, um, sounds like a disaster was averted. um, I had these pillowcases that had this little flap at the top. So your pillow is actually stuck so it won't come out. Like I have a couple of pillows that like to try and slowly work their way out of the pillowcase. But I don't like the envelope pillow shams, because they're like this on the back, and then you have to fit the pillow in one way or the other, and then you have to fold the rest and shove it in and fold it over, and oh, it just hurts my hands. Even with the darn braces on, it still just hurts my hands. So I'm like, I want to make this easier on me. So when I make the pillow shams for the unicorn duvet, um, then I'm going to make these pillow cases with a little cover that goes over the pillow to keep it from coming out of the pillowcase, which is perfect for me. I didn't want to do Velcro. I didn't want to do buttons. I didn't want to do ties. I didn't want to do something that I was going to have to fight with later on as my hands get worse. Because come on, we all know that I probably have arthritis in my hands. I have it really bad in my neck. I have it in my low back. I have it in my hips and my knees and my toes. So I've got to have it in my hands, right? Okay, so why work on making something that's going to hurt my fingers in the future? Let's make it so I can enjoy it. That was the whole point, right? I mean, it's just for me anyway. You know, I don't know what my future holds, but right now it's just for me, right? That style of pillowcases are standard in Australia. Awesome. Well, I found a free blog post that tells me how to do it, tells me what size my material needs to be. And for the back side is the shorter side, if I remember correctly, and the top side has the longer piece that you end up folding, rolling, you know, all that fancy stuff, getting it so that it is attached in the right way, and all you have to do is get the pillow in and then move it over the pillow, and then you're done. I love it. I finally found what I've been looking for like weeks and weeks. I'm like, I know there's got to be a pattern out there somewhere that's not the envelope style, or what's the other word? The flange. It's got, you know, that 2-inch, 2.5-inch flange of material all the way. I hate that thing. That thing just sits there and gets dust on it. And it makes, and when I move in my sleep, then the dust comes down on top of me. And yes, I know I probably should change it more often. That's why I'm making my own pillowcase type pillow shams. Because to me, they're pillow shams, because these are pillows I don't sleep on. Okay? So to me, they're pillow shams for pillows I don't sleep on. For pillows I sleep on, they're pillowcases. I know that may not make sense to you, but that's how my brain distinguishes between the two of them. So my purple ones have the big 2.5-inch wide flange that goes all the way around it, which just is stupid to me. And then it has the envelope backing, the envelope closure, which is getting harder and harder for me to do. So the unicorn pillow shams, I'm going to do the way I want, and they'll be beautiful, and they'll go with my duvet cover, whichever side of the duvet cover I want up. It won't be quite that for the pillow shams, but I can always just turn them around so that if I've got the back of the duvet cover up, I can put the back of the pillow shams forward, just to you know, mix it up. So, excuse me. Considering I did my duvet cover so that it basically could be used, either side of it could be used up, right? But if I had made my pillow shams like the envelope pillows, I wouldn't be able to do that. The back would have been the back all the time, no matter what. So the way I'm going to do it, I can mix it up, and I can just turn the pillow around and look at the other side for a little while and make myself feel all happy because it's rainbows and unicorns and my 3 favorite colors. Hey, look, who stopped paying any attention to the clock? Laugh out loud. Hello, everyone. Hi, Suzanne. I get it now. Thank you for being here. Sorry. That's the beauty of making things we can customize to what we want. Right on. And so yes, I've been, haven't been getting very much crocheting done, but that'll start up again tomorrow, since I'll be going back to work. But yeah, I don't want to talk about it yet because it just happened. So give me some time and I will eventually talk about it, okay? But I uh, I wanted to get on. I wanted to do it tonight. I'm supposed to go watch a movie with my girlfriend tomorrow, and actually need to get off here pretty quick because I told her I'd come over this evening and hang out with her for a little bit. So this thing is actually working very, very nicely. I think it's hilarious that all of the shaping is on this one side. Tomorrow night, I haven't decided what movie we're watching. I haven't decided. Thank you, Suzanne. Oh, there's lots of other reasons, but I'm not going into them now, and I probably won't go into them in the future, but that's okay. Just remember I have a personal life, and when I stop talking, it's because my brain's thinking of things that I can't talk about, and so I have to stop talking because otherwise I'll get into trouble with somebody. Oop, I keep losing that little ball of yarn. I didn't know. I didn't even know what is playing. Oh, I don't even know what is playing. Oh no, no. I take movies out of my collection, my DVD collection, and I go and I take them over and we watch them at her place because she has a DVD player now. So we got that all set up for her so she could enjoy. And I keep telling her, just let me know if you want to borrow anything. I don't have a list of what I've got. I probably could do that. Probably could just sit here and type it all into my computer, but I really don't have time for that along with everything else I'm supposed to be doing. So um, I just don't, I can only do so much. I can only do so much. Movie night on the cheap, just bring snacks. Yep. I bring the movie and I bring popcorn for myself, and sometimes I take dinner over, but I don't know if I'm gonna get that far tomorrow night. She likes to eat my vegan food. She likes it when I even go a little vegetarian, use some cheese just for fun, just because it creates the look I'm looking for in the meal. It's like, okay, I gotta go to the store and get some cheese. Oh well, so anyway, you don't like popcorn? Well, popcorn doesn't like my teeth, that's for sure. But it is my snack every day at work. Oh, excuse me. Okay, well, it has reached an hour here. So I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being my friends and my followers. And don't forget to give me thumbs up if you didn't already. I appreciate you all being here. To each their own, exactly. That stinks. I like fresh popcorn and it's pretty easy to make. I really should make some. I just use my air popper. I don't do butter unless it's a vegetarian butter, um, or a vegan butter, I should say, not a vegetarian butter. Vegetarian butter would be real butter. Anyway, have fun. Have a good week. See you next week. I'm not sure which day, but I will be back. So take care. Kisses, hugs. Bye. Bye. Goodbye. 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 Hit the button, Laura. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.